First one, quad hip stretch one. We're gonna start just in front of the wall. I'm gonna put my right foot above the piping here, bring my left foot forward, and then use my foam roller to balance. The ideal position here is I want a straight line from my head to my back knee, squeeze my butt, and I should feel a nice stretch through my quad. Oftentimes people are gonna be too close to the wall, so they're not gonna be able to fully extend through their hips, so they're gonna look like this. Just slide them forward a little bit and have them sit up nice and tall. Pigeon stretch. What we're gonna do here is let's kick back our left leg, swivel the right, and then sink into our right hip here. So as long as my hips are square, I'm not letting my hip flare out. Adductor rock. So we're gonna get our knees out nice and wide, kick our right leg out with the toe flat. I don't want my foot like this. I want it flat facing over here. We're gonna rock forward and backwards for 10. And then after that, turning my toe up. Now pay attention to this hip. That hip's gonna wanna flare out. Keep that hip square with the wall in front as we rock forward and back for 10. Bear plank with a one arm ISO. So hands are under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Let's make sure that the tail is tucked or at least neutral. We're gonna lift the knees, shift over to the right, bring my hips and my shoulders with me, press through my right hand and lift the left hand off for exhale. Pay attention to the knees. I don't want those knees to open up. Keep them square. Deep breath in as I shift to the left, lift the right, press through the left. We're gonna go one breath, 5 each side. On our back, heels are gonna be dug into the floor. So heels down, toes up. I wanna flatten my lower back here. So I push through my heels, flatten my lower back. Lift the hips up about 1 inch or so. Now, I can use my elbows a little bit, or a little bit more difficult is gonna be reaching up towards the ceiling. I'm going to press through my left, and without letting my hips move, lift my right leg up just about 1 inch. I don't want to be way up here. I want to be just 1 inch. Then press, deep breath in, exhale, lift, keeping a nice, stable hip, no movement happening at the hips. Bands. We're going to put the bands around the top of the feet. Now from here, these knees have to be on this side of the hips. I don't want them to be over or in front of the hips. Let's keep them as close to our stomach as possible. Reach our hands up so that my upper back is tight to the floor. Deep breath in, long exhale. So this is nice and tight so that my lower back is tight to the floor. Knee stays on this side of the hip. We're gonna go 5 breaths each side. Then band is coming up and around the knees. We're gonna lay on our side here, squeeze our butt, nice short lever side plank, and nice and slow, bring our knees and our ankles up at the same time. We're gonna go 10, nice and slow, each side. Single leg diagonal pogos. Okay, this is for an athlete who's been through our program. They've gone through the GPP or the first 12 weeks of our program. So now we're clearing them for a lot of different looks. If they haven't, or they're just a heavier athlete, don't have them go single leg pogos, have them do both legs. Okay, but for summer one, we're gonna go single leg pogos, stay nice and stiff at the ankle and knee, 45 degrees, left and right until we get to the yellow cone. Once I get to the yellow cone, I'm gonna switch and continue to the green. We have lateral bounds, so we're gonna start facing the wall. Have them start facing the stability balls every time. That way you can stand from there and see everybody. We're gonna start on our outside leg and jump, stick the landing. Focus on sticking the landing here every time. Sink into those hips, okay? You're looking for a nice X and Y are equal. Okay, so we're not going just X, we're not just going Y, we're doing X and Y together. Stick the landing every time. Push-ups. So just come on down to the ground, feet together, hands apart. Make sure that they're squeezed the knees. I don't want loose knees or saggy hips. Nice and straight, lead with the chest, up and down. Plate ISO split squat. We could use the 10-pound plate. Maybe in the future we'll move up to the 25-pound plate. I only want the balls of the feet on the plate. That's where my pressure is. Heel is going to be at or slightly above the height of the plate. Hands on the hips. Shift the shoulders forward so I have more weight on that front foot. Gas pedal as we just lift about 1 inch. Now this should look like a sprinter profile from the side. My sprinter silhouette. So heels are up. I've got a nice straight line from my head to my back knee, and we're holding for 20 seconds. After a while, if they look like they're getting really easy, we can hold a kettlebell just inside the leg here. The heel elevated toe touch. So just the heels on there, knees straight, deep breath in. I bring the chin down first, and then long exhale as all my vertebrae roll forward. And then come back up, deep breath in. Exhale all the while. The kettlebell one leg calf raise. So if I'm gonna do my left leg, I'm gonna grab the kettlebell in my left hand. Now picking kettlebells, probably anywhere between 12 and 20 kg by Mike. We're gonna go hands on the wall, push through your big toe as you go up and down. Now make sure that it looks like a purposeful calf raise. I don't wanna see the athletes just roll into it, okay? If that's the case, just have them lighten the weight or just cue them to go slower. So again, kettlebells in the same side hand, push through the big toe and down. Tap the heel, right back up. Band and marches. We're gonna wear the 1-inch black band around the belt line. So from here, I just need to get a little bit of tension so that I can lean into the wind. My heels are off the ground. I'm pushing through the balls of my feet. And now we're gonna get nice marches. Heels stay off the ground. Some of our more experienced sprinters or athletes, we wanna get them more intent with the arms. We're going 10 each side. Try to avoid letting the athletes go heels on the floor, okay? And then start to coach up the arm actions. The other thing to watch out for is a lot of people like to kick at the hips or kick the butt. Make sure the toes and knees are coming forward together, okay? 10 each side. So with the bear crawls, for our newer athlete, we'll start in the 6-point position. So that's 2 hands, 2 knees, 2 feet. For somebody a little bit more experienced, we can go right to the 4-point position. So just the hands and the feet. Hands start right on the green cone, right hand forward, left knee forward. I lift the knees just about 1 inch. Nice, slow crawl. The slower, the better. Making sure the hips aren't moving all over the place. We're going from green to orange. So wicket runs. What we're looking for here is sprinting mechanics. So shoulders are in front of the hips, knees up, toes up. Okay, we're getting like, I want to think like a hammer hitting a nail. Okay, we're just going up and down. Okay, then lastly, if things are looking good, we're going to start to focus on the arms. So let's ask our athletes to go with a little bit of speed, come into it with some speed, and wait until the person in front of you finishes before they go. So as we come in, hit a little bit of speed. So next one is going to be our Wicket A-Skip. Okay, so we're only going to do one side. Now this one's really challenging. So what we're going to have our people do for the first time is just work on the pogo. Okay, so I'm going to imagine that there is a dot at the halfway mark of the pogo and then in between the pogo. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on. Okay, so those are my targets here. I want to go on the first one. Okay, so I'm getting about 2 pogos per hurdle. Okay, so once they feel a little bit comfortable, we can start going into the real thing. The lateral wicket runs. So facing this way, I just want to get my knees up, toes up, and look athletic as I'm moving through the hurdles. So facing the racks first, knees up, toes up,